So you can see the screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So today our lesson is about group, and we already completed perception and some other important topics in organizational behavior. So today we have to do the lesson of groups, right? So you know that group means the collection or combination of people, right? There should be more than one person in order to become a group. Group එකක් වෙන්න නම් එක්කෙනෙක් ඉඳලා හරියන්නේ නැහැ. එක්කෙනෙක්ට වැඩි පිරිසක් එකට එකතු වෙච්ච දෙයක් තමයි අපි group එකක් එහෙම නැත්නම් සමූහයක් කියලා කියන්නේ. Right? So normally when it comes to the definition of group, a group can be defined as two or more interacting and interdependent individuals who come together to achieve particular objectives. So as I said earlier, there should be more than one, so at least two or more than two, and they should be interact with each other. දෙන්නෙක්ට වැඩි පිරිසක් ඉන්න ඕනේ. ඒ කියන්නේ එක්කෙනෙක්ට වැඩි පිරිසක් දෙන්නෙක් හෝ ඊට වැඩි පිරිසක් සිටිය යුතුයි. සහ ඒගොල්ලන් එකිනෙකා අතරේ සම්බන්ධතා පවත්වාගත යුතුයි. They should interact with each other and they should interdependent with each other. ඒ කියන්නේ එකිනෙකා මත යැපෙන ස්වභාවයක් තියෙනවා. කියන්නේ දැන් අරයාගේ වැඩේ කම්ප්ලීට් නැතුව මෙයාට ඉතුරු වැඩේ කරන්න බෑ. දැන් ගෲප් එකක් වුණොත් එහෙමනේ. මම දැන් report එකක් නම් කියනවා පළවෙනි 2 pages එක්කෙනෙක් හදනවා, ඉතුරු pages ටික තව එක්කෙනෙක් හදනවා, final pages තව එක්කෙනෙක් හදනවා. එතකොට හැමෝගෙම pages ටික නැතුව report එක complete වෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒතර group එකක ඉන්න හැම member කෙනෙක්ම equally contribute කරනවා. ඒතර එක්කෙනෙක්ගේ හරි දෙයක් නැති වුණොත් අර task එක achieve කරගෙන යද්දි ප්‍රශ්න ඇති වෙන්න පුළුවන්. So they all should interact with each other and there should be a interdependent nature, right? So a group behavior can be stated as a course of action a group takes as a family. For example, strike. In a group behavior, people take actions as family. In a family, we all think together and we all take decisions by discussing. So that is a family's nature. අපි ෆැමිලි එකක් වුණාම මොකක් හරි ඩිසිෂන් එකක් ගත්තත් අපි එක්කෙනා කතා කරලා ඒක හොඳයිද කියලා අහලා අපි හැමෝම කලෙක්ටිව් ඩිසිෂන් එකක් තමයි ෆැමිලි එකක් විදියට ගන්න. ඒ වගේම තමයි ගෲප් එකක්. ගෲප් එකේ ඉන්න මෙම්බර්ස්ලාත් එකිනෙකාත් එක්ක ඩිස්කස් කරලා කතා කරලා තමයි ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ ප්ලෑන් එක හදාගන්න ඕනේ. එතකොට ඒගොල්ලෝ මොන හරි ඇක්ෂන් එකක් කරනවා නම් ඒ ඇක්ෂන් එක කරන්නේ ඒක ෆැමිලි එකක් විදියට ඒක පවුලක් විදියට එකට එකතු වෙලා. උදාහරණයක් විදිහට අපි ස්ට්‍රයික් එකක් ගත්තොත් එහෙම ඔය යූනියන් ස්ට්‍රයික් එකකදී යූනියන් මෙම්බර්ස්ලා ඔක්කොම they work as a group in order to achieve a particular objective. So they do this union action also as a group. Union action එකක් වුණත් කරන්නේ අර group එක විදිහට එකට එකතු වෙලා. ස්ට්‍රයික් එකක් කරලා දෙකෙනෙක් කරන එක්කෙනෙක් නොකර ඉන්නේ නැහැ. යූනියන් එකක් කරනවා නම් ටීචර්ස් යූනියන් එක කරනවා නම් ටීචර්ස් ඔක්කොම ස්ට්‍රයික් කරනවා. Teachers union එක strike teachers union එක මොකක් හරි action එකක් කරනවා නම් හැම teacher මේකට සම්බන්ධ වෙනවා. So it's a collective decision and they take decisions as a family, right? So normally a group means a collection of individuals who coordinate their efforts together. So basically normally the prime duty is group normally interact to share information and to make decisions. So that is the main goal of group. They should share information and make decisions together as a family. Right? So when it comes to types of groups, so there are two types of groups, formal groups and informal groups. So formal group, in Sinhala, formal group means Vidimat Samuha. Vidimat. So these are the type of work groups created by the organization and have designated work assignments and routed tasks. Remember formal, informally අර නිකන් අපිට හිතිලා කට්ටියත් එක්ක එකතු වෙලා කරන type එකේ groups නෙමෙයි. Formal විධිමත් සමූහයන් organization එකක් මොන හරි ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ task එකක් achieve කරගන්න, complete කරගන්න තමයි මේ වගේ groups හදන්නේ. ඒතර අපි හිතමු marketing team එකක් හදනවා. ඒක formal group එකක්. ඒ marketing වලට අදාළ members ලත් එක්ක marketing group එකක් හදනවා. advertising group එකක් හදනවා. So that's formal group. So the behavior of such groups is directed towards achieving organizational goals. එයාලා ඔක්කොම වැඩ කරන්නේ එක අරමුණක් ඉෂ්ට කරගන්න. formal group එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ ආයතනයේ විධිමත් ඇති කරන සමූහයක්. And again, we can divide formal group into two main parts: command group and interest group. The command group means it's a group consisting on individuals who report directly to the manager. Right? So මේ command group එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ group එක කෙලින්ම manager. එතන මොකක් හරි අණ දෙන්න හදපු group එකක්. අණ දෙන දාමයක් තමයි ඒක ඇතුළේ තියෙන්නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ manager හදන group එකක් තමන්ගේ ලේසියට subordinates ලා කිහිප දෙනෙක් එකතු කරගෙන. Supervisor කෙනෙක් හදනවා subordinates ලා එකතු කරගෙන. Executive කෙනෙක් හදනවා assistants ලා ටිකක් එකතු කරගෙන. ඒගොල්ලෝ directly report කරන ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ senior officers. That is called a command group. So in this example, a group of workers working on a project and reporting to the same manager is considered as a command group. මොකක් හරි project එකක වැඩ කරන employees ලා ටිකක් එක project manager කෙනෙක්ට report කරනවා නම් එතන ඒ ඔක්කොම ඒ project එකේ වැඩ කරන employees ලා ටික ඉන්නේ command group එකක. They directly report to their project manager. Next one is interest group. Interest group means it is a group formed by individuals working together to achieve a specific objective. So as an example, a group of friends chilling out together is considered as interest group. So say members of a club. Right? Interest group එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ ඒගොල්ලෝ individuals ලා වැඩ කරනවා achieve කරගන්න මොකක් හරි එක objective එකක් achieve කරගන්න. හැබැයි එතන තියෙන අර command group එකක් විදිහට නෙමෙයි. ඒ කියන්නේ එතන අන්න දෙන ස්වභාවයක් නැහැ. එතන එක්ක group එකේ යාළුවෝ ටිකක් එකතු වෙලා මොකක් හරි club එකක. දැන් තියෙනවා ISEC, Rotaract. ඒ වගේ මොකක් හරි club එකක්. The clubs are formal. ඒ club එකක in a group එකක්. Interest group. When it comes to informal groups, so these groups are formed with friendships and common interests. ඉතින් මෙතන laws වත් organization එකවත් එයාලගේ මේ මැදිහත් වීමක් නැහැ informal groups වලට. ඒක අපි කැමති විදිහට අපේ යාළුවෝ ටික එකතු වෙලා අපිට group එකක් හදාගන්න පුළුවන්. WhatsApp groups එහෙම තියෙනවා. Informal groups නේ. These groups are formed with friendships and common interests. These can be further classified into two subgroups. First one task group and second one friendship group. The task group means those working together to finish a job or task is known as a task group. මොකක් හරි එක වැඩක් වෙනුවෙන් හැදිලා තියෙනවා නම් group එකක් ඒක කියන්නේ task group එකක් කියලා. අපි හිතමුකෝ කාගේ හරි බණක් තියෙනවා. ඒ බණ organize කරන්න අපි group එකක් හදාගන්නවා. ඒතර task එක තමයි බණ. ඒතර බණ ඉවර වුණාට පස්සේ ඒ වැඩ ඉවර වුණාට පස්සේ අපේ group එකේ වැඩ ඉවරයි. ඒක task group එකක්. නැත්නම් කාගේ හරි wedding එකක planning part එක. ඒතර ආගේ wedding එක ඉවර වුණාම අපේ task එක ඉවරයි. group එකක් ඉවරයි. So these are called task groups. And next one, friendship group. Those brought together because of their shared interest or common characteristics is known as friendship group. ත්‍රියාලෝ එක්ක එකතු වෙලා ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ කැමැති අකමැතිකම් ෂෙයා කරගෙන හදන ඔක්කොම අර යාළුවෝ ටිකක් එකතු වෙච්ච friendship group එක. මිත්‍ර group එක. මිත්‍ර සමූහයක්. Right? So those are informal groups. And when it comes to the differences between formal and informal groups, so when it comes to the basis for comparison is meaning, formal groups created by the organization to accomplish a specific task are known as formal groups. Informal group means groups created by the employees themselves for their own sake are known as informal groups. එතකොට formal groups ගත්තොත් ඒක organisation එක create කරන්නේ. Informal groups ගත්තොත් organisation එකේ සම්බන්ධයක් නැහැ. Employees ලා එකට එකතු වෙලා ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ කැමැති අකමැතිකම් අනුව හදාගන්න group එක. Second one, formation. Formation ගත්තොත් informal එකක් voluntarily. Formal එකක් deliberately. ඒ කියන්නේ Tamanට ඕන ඕන විදිහට groups හදන්න බෑ. company එකේ ඉන්න කො managers ලා හරි directors ලා හරි ඒගොල්ලෝ තමයි group එක හදන්නේ. අපිට ඕනේ කට්ටිය එකතු කරගෙන එහෙම group එක හදාගන්න බෑ. හැබැයි informal නම් ඒක voluntarily අපි ආස විදිහට අපිට කැමති members ලාව දාගෙන group එක හදාගන්න පුළුවන්. Next one is size. So normally formal group is somewhat large when it compares to informal group. So informal groups are comparatively small. Then life. Formal group. It depends on the type of group. Informal, it depends on the member. Informal group එකක් නම් ඒක කොච්චර කාලයක් තියනවද කියන එක තීරණය වෙන්නේ ඒකේ ඉන්න members ලාත් එක්ක. ඒ members ලා නිතරම රණ්ඩු කරගෙන එහෙම ඉන්නවා නම් ඒ group එකේ වැඩි කල් ඒ group එකට ආයුෂ නැහැ. හැබැයි formal group එකක් නම් එහෙම නෙමෙයි. ඒක දැන් අපි හිතමු ඒක මොකක් හරි task එකකට තිබ්බ group එකක් නම් task එක ඉවර වුණාම ඒක ඉවරයි. එහෙම නැත්නම් project group එකක් නම් project එක ඉවර වුණාම මේ group එක ඉවරයි. ඒකට එයාලට තියෙන nature එක අනුව ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ job එක අනුව ඒ group එකේ කොච්චර කාලයක් ඒ group එක තියනවද කියන එක තීරණය වෙනවා. Next one, structure. Formal group, the structure is well defined. Informal group, structure is not well defined. Formal එකක් නම් structure එක පැහැදිලි, rules තියෙනවා, policies තියෙනවා. Well structured, හොඳට plan කරලා well structured group එකක් තමයි තියෙන්නේ. හැබැයි informal නම් එහෙම නැහැ, laws නැහැ, policies නැහැ. Tamanට කැමති විදියට start කරන්න පුළුවන්, Tamanට කැමති විදියට group එක adjourn කරන්න පුළුවන්. Right? Next one, the importance is given to here the formal group position, informal group person. The formal group එකක් නම් ඒකේ position එක කියන්නේ තමන්ගේ තියෙන තරාතිරම අනුව තමයි ඒකේ තමන්ගේ තැන තීරණය වෙන්නේ. කියන්නේ දැන් තමන් leader නම් leader ගේ තැන. ඊට පස්සේ performer කෙනෙක් නම් එයාගේ තැන. position එක අනුව. informal group එකක් නම් එහෙම නැහැ. person. ඒතර අපි කවුරුත් අපි යාළුවෝ set එකක් එක group එකක් හදනකොට අපි යාගේ job එක බලලා නෙමෙයි group එකට දාන්නේ. අපේ යාළුකම. අපි මිනිස්සෙක් විදියට සැලකලා තමයි ආව අපි group එකට ගන්න. ඩොක්ටර් කෙනෙක්ද යා නැත්නම් වෙන මොකද්ද ජොබ් එකේ අපි ඒක අදාළ කරගන්න නැහැ ඉන්ෆෝමල් ගෲප් එකකට. හැබැයි ෆෝමල් ගෲප් එකක එහෙම නැහැ. පොසිෂන් එකට තමයි වැදගත්. දැන් මාකටිං ගෲප් එකක් හදනවා නම් ඒගොල්ලෝ මාකටර්ස්ලා වෙන්න ඕන. HR group එකක් හදනවා නම් HR professionals ලා වෙන්න ඕන. So likewise, the position matters in formal group, but informal group the position doesn't matter. The person's nature is matters in informal group. So when it comes to relationship, formal groups, they have a professional kind of relationship, and informal group, personal relationship. Communication, informal group moves in a defined direction. Moves in a defined direction. ඒ කියන්නේ formal group එකක නම් හරියට communication වෙන්නේ මොන විදිහටද? දැන් command group එකක් නම් supervisor to subordinate, subordinate to supervisor. ඒ වගේ channel එකක් තියෙනවා. හැබැයි informal groups නම් එහෙම නැහැ. හැමෝම හැමෝත් එක්කම communicate කරගන්න. Stretches in all the directions. හැම තැනටම විසිරිච්ච communication channels තමයි informal group එකක තියෙන්නේ. Right? So normally, why do people join groups? දැයි සාමාන්‍ය මිනිස්සු group එකකට join වෙන්නේ. හේතුවක් තියෙනවනේ. සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අපි group එකක් විදිහට join වුණාම we know that we can get more ideas and we can be more creative because we can get many ideas from different people so that finally the outcome is a lot better than we do in a individual basis, right? So there are some reasons why do people join groups. First one is security mirrors strength in numbers. Status pinpoints the prestige that comes from belonging to a specific group. Inclusion in a group is considered as important because it provides recognition and status. සාමාන්‍ය group එකක අපි ඉන්නවා කියන එක සමහරට අපේ status එකට ඒක added value එකක් වෙනවා. right? ඒතර අපි හිතමු අපි මොකක් හරි හොඳ group එකක. දැන් ඉස්කෝලේ එක නම් හොඳට ඉගෙන ගන්න පුළුවන් ළමයි ටිකක් ඉන්න group එකක හිටියොත් එහෙම සමහරට ටීචර්ස් ලා වුණත් හිතනවා අර ළමයාට ඉගෙන ගන්න පුළුවන්. යා ඉන්නේ හොඳම ස්මාර්ට් කට්ටිය ඉන්න group එකක. ඒ වගේ සමහරවිට අපිටත් එන වටිනාකමක් අපි මොකක් හරි එක group එකක ඉන්නකොට හොඳ group එකක ඉන්නකොට. self esteem transmits people's feelings of self worth. Membership can sometimes raise feelings of self esteem like being accepted into a highly valued group. ඒ වගේම තමයි සමහර වෙලාවට ආත්ම ගෞරවය වැඩි වෙනවා, ආත්මාභිමානය වැඩි වෙනවා. සමහර teams වලට join වෙනවා, groups වලට join වෙනවා. දැන් හිතන්න අපි ගත්තොත් Lions Club. සාමාන්‍ය Lions Club එකක member කෙනෙක් කියලා කිව්වොත් සාමාන්‍යයෙන් තියෙනවා. එයාට පිළිගැනීමක් තියෙනවා. මෙයා Lions Club එකක member කෙනෙක් කියලා. So LPEC, Rotaract. So these clubs increase your self-esteem. So membership on those kind of clubs will improve your self-esteem. So මොකද highly valued group එකක ඉන්නවා කියන එක අර තමන්ගේ self-esteem එක improve වෙන්න හේතුවක්. හොඳ valuable තමන්ටත් හොඳ value එකක් එනවා. Affiliation with groups can meet one's social needs. Work groups significantly contribute to meet the need for friendships and social relations. Affiliation with groups can meet one's social needs. දැන් සමහරවිට අපි තනියෙන් ඉන්නවට වඩා කවුරු හරි group එකක් එක්ක join වෙලා ඉන්නකොට අපිට හොඳ relationships තියාගන්න පුළුවන්. අර තනි වෙලා නැහැ. අපි group එකක් විදිහට ඉන්නවා. අපිට කට්ටියක් ඉන්නවා. So it will give us more strength. Right? And groups represent power. ඒ වගේම අපි තනි කෙනෙක් ගිහින් කතා කරනකොට අපි group එකක් විදිහට ගිහින් දෙයක් කතා කරද්දී එතන බලය වැඩි. තනි කෙනෙක් විදිහට විරුද්ධ වෙනකොට group එකක් විදිහට විරුද්ධ වෙද්දී එතන බලය වැඩි. එතන හැමදෙස්සම තනි කෙනාට වඩා සමූහයක් විදිහට යනවා කියන්නේ එතන බලය වැඩි වීමක් තියෙනවා ඒගොල්ලන්. People may join a group for goal achievement. Sometimes it takes more than one person to accomplish a particular task. Sometimes it takes more than one person to accomplish a particular task. ඒතර සාමාන්‍යයෙන් තනි කෙනෙක්ට achieve කරන්න බැරි දේවල් අපේ group එකක් විදිහට එකතු වෙලා achieve කරගන්න පුළුවන්. තනි කෙනෙක් විදිහට කරන්න අමාරු දේවල් අපේ group එකක් විදිහට එකතු වෙලා ලේසියෙන්ම කරගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ වගේ තමන්ට තනියෙන් achieve කරගන්න අමාරු දේවල් achieve කරගන්න මිනිස්සු groups වලට join වෙනවා. Right? So before coming into next topic, let's write a small note. So write a topic, group. Group. Under that, write. A group is basically collection of people. A collection of people. Full stop. It can be understood. It can be understood as a collection of individuals it can be understood as a collection of individuals within brackets, right? Two or more. Two or more. Close the brackets, comma. Who come together and interact with each other. And interact with each other. Full stop. So as to achieve the objectives of the organization, so as to achieve the objectives of the organization, these are the foundation of an organization. These are the foundation of an organization. Then write a subheading, characteristics of group. Characteristics of group. Under that, write first one, size. Size. Then write under it, to form a group, comma, it must be having at least 2 members. It must be having at least 2 members. Practically, the number of group members ranges from 15 to 20. Ranges from 15 to 20. So stop. The more the members in the group comma, the more complex it is to manage. The more complex it is to manage. Second point, goals. Under that, right? Every group has certain goals. Every group has certain goals. Comma, that are the reasons for its existence. For its existence. Third point, norms. Under that, right?
Ma'am, can you repeat the subtopic again?
Norms. N-O-R-M-S. Norms. Under that, right? A group has certain rules. A group has certain rules for interacting with the group members. For interacting with the group members. First off. Next point, structure. Structure. Under that, right? Group has a structure. Group has a structure. based on the rules and positions, based on the rules and positions held by the members, held by the members. Next point, roles, roles, R-O-L-E-S, roles. Under that, right? Every member of a group, every member of a group has certain roles and responsibilities, has certain roles and responsibilities, which are assigned by the group leader, which are assigned by the group leader. Next one, next point, interaction, interaction. Under that, right? The interaction between the group members, the group members can occur in several ways, can occur in several ways. For example, face to face, comma, telephonic, telephonic, comma, in writing, or in any other manner, or in any other manner. Full stop. Next point, collective identity, collective identity. Under that, right? A group is A group is an aggregation of individuals, comma, which are separately called as members, and collectively called as a group. Full stop. Then write as a paragraph. Furthermore, comma, a group climate is an emotional setting of the group, that relies on participative spirit, comma, coordination, spirit, comma, or coordination, comma, trust and bonding among the members. Comma, open communication, and other similar factors. Then write a heading, types of groups. First type is formal group. Under that write groups that are formed consciously by the management, comma, with an aim of with an aim of serving an organizational objective. Serving an organizational objective. These are further classified as first point, self-directed team. So these are some kind of formal groups, right? First point, self-directed team. So under that, right? The group of employees,
What is that?
self-directed team, directed. Under that, right? The group of employees, which are so authorized, to make decisions on their own. Comma, as it is independent, and self-governing in nature. Second point, that means second type of formal groups, right? Quality circles. Under that, right? A number of employees classed together belong into the same field, comma, who meet every week, for an hour, to talk about their problems, to talk about their problems, comma, identify the causes and find out solutions,
Sorry, ma'am.
identify the causes and find out solutions, comma, to take necessary steps in this regard, to take necessary steps in this regard, next point, committee. That is the third type of formal group, committee. Under that, right? An association of people, an association of people an association of people created by the management for different matters, created by the management for different matters, comma, to identify and discuss the issues, to identify and discuss the issues, of the company, of the company, and arrive at a conclusion, and arrive at a conclusion. Full stop. It can be stand-in committee, stand-in committee, comma, advisory committee, advisory committee, comma, audit committee, audit committee, comma, grievance committee, grievance committee, an ad hoc committee, an ad hoc committee,
Can you spell that word, madam?
ad hoc, ADHOC.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
So next category of formal groups is task force. Task force. Under that, right?
Ma'am, can you spell for that word?
Task force, TASKFORCE. Under that, right? It is a temporary committee. It is a temporary committee where people belonging to different fields, are grouped together, for the performance of the task. For the performance of the task. Next type of group is informal group, right? It's a separate heading, informal group. Under that, right? The social and psychological variables, operating at the workplace, results in the formation of informal groups.
Ma'am, is that formation of informal groups or formal groups?
Formation of informal groups, because now we are talking about informal groups. The formation of informal groups.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
The creation of these groups is spontaneous.
Can you spell that word, madam?
Yeah, it's spontaneous. due to the common interest, due to the common interest, comma, social needs, comma, physical proximity, physical proximity, and mutual attraction, and mutual attraction. Then write as a paragraph. Apart from the two broad classifications of the group, apart from the two broad classifications of the group, comma, they are also divided into the, they are also divided into the primary groups, comma, secondary groups, comma, membership groups, comma, reference groups and interest groups, reference groups and interest groups.
Excuse me, ma'am. At the beginning of this paragraph, you said no, the creation of these groups is spontaneous due to the common. What is the other word?
Interest.
Interest.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
So now write a heading. Reasons for group formation. Reasons for group formation. First reason, personal characteristics. Personal characteristics. Under that, right? Individuals with similar beliefs. Individuals with similar beliefs. Comma, attitudes and values. Attitudes and values. Are more likely to form groups. Are more likely to form groups. Next point. Next reason, opportunity for interaction. Opportunity for interaction. Under that, right? If the employees of an organization if the employees of an organization are given an opportunity, to interact with one another, comma, they find that they have many things similar, which also creates a group. Next reason, interest and goals. Under that, right? When an individual share common interests and goals, comma, it requires cooperation and coordination. For its achievement, comma, which also results in the formation of groups. Next reason, influence and power. Under that, right? A group has more influence and power. As compared to an individual, comma, which also promotes its formation. its formation. Then write in a separate paragraph. In general, groups are created out of individuals need satisfaction which can be personal, social, or economic, full stop, meaning that the members need to associate with the group in order to fulfill their basic needs. Right. So now we are going to talk about group role. Group එකක් ඇතුලේ අපිට act කරන්න වෙන එක භූමිකාව. Right? So the concept of roles is applicable to all employees within an organization as well to their life outside the organization. Right? So individuals play multiple roles at the same time. සාමාන්‍යයෙන් එම්ප්ලොයි කෙනෙක් ගත්තොත් ඒගොල්ලන්ට එක එක roles play කරන්න වෙනවා මේ group එක ඇතුලේ. එකම role එකක් play කරනවා කියලා නැහැ. Somatic individual role වෙන්න පුළුවන්, it can be task oriented or it can be relationship oriented. An individual has to play some roles simultaneously. So a role is set of expected behavior patterns attributed to the one who occupies the position demanded by the social image. අපි භූමිකාවක් කියලා කියන්නේ it's a expected behavior pattern. අපි හිතනවා මේ වගේ දේවල් යාගේ චර්යාව වෙනස්ලා අපි expect කරනවා. අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන චර්යාව වල තියෙන රටාවක් තමයි මේ භූමිකාවක් කියලා කියන්නේ. පුද්ගලයෙක්ට බැඳිලා තියෙන චර්යාවන් වල රටාව. So people have to act different roles. So there can be task-oriented, relationship-oriented, or individual roles. So the roles can be three types. As I said, task-oriented. They can අපි කරන ජොබ් එකට අදාළව ටාස්ක් එකට වැඩේට අදාළව සහ රිලේෂන්ෂිප් ඔරියන්ටඩ් ඒ කියන්නේ සම්බන්ධතාවයන් අපි පවත්වන සම්බන්ධතාවයන් වල ස්වරූපය අනුව සහ ඉන්ඩිවිජුවල් රෝල් personal. When it comes to task oriented roles, that means roles allotted to individuals according to their work and eligibility is known as task oriented roles. අපි පුද්ගලයෙක්ට පවරන වැඩ අනුව තමයි මේ රෝල් එක බෙදෙන්නේ. Task-oriented roles can broadly divide individuals into 6 categories. So we can divide these task-oriented roles into main 6 categories, like initiator. Initiator means the person who starts the group or person who starts any idea. He is the initiator. And the informer. That means person who gives information. Clarifier, person who clarifies things. Summarizer. Summarize and like conclude things. Reality tester. He is the one who applies the theory into the reality or into the practical scenario. And information seekers. They give information and data. They always try to find new information. So those are the 6 categories of task-oriented roles. So let's talk one by one. So as I said, initiate is the person who starts or suggests or defines the group. He is the initiator. या तमें start करने का पटंग गन मूलारंभे कराने initiator. या तमें मौका task के काज करने के लिए मूल में idea एक दाले बैठे पटंग गन मूल बने एक ना. Next one is informer, the person who gives the information, who offers facts, expresses feelings and gives opinion. මෙයා තමයි තොරතුරු දක්වන කෙනා. තොරතුරු හැමෝටම බෙදලා දෙන කෙනා. inform ලබා දෙන කෙනා. Clarifier means the one who interprets, defines, clarifies everything. මෙයා තමයි දේවල් පැහැදිලි කරලා දෙන්නේ group එකට. මොකක් හරි වැඩක් කරනවා නම් ඒ වැඩේ දැන් කාට හරි තේරෙන්නේ නැති දෙයක් තියෙනවා නම් මේක පොඩ්ඩක් simplify කරලා දෙන්න, clarify කරලා පැහැදිලි කරලා දෙන්න මෙන්න මේ කියන clarifier කියන පුද්ගලයා. Next one, summarizer. The one who links, restates, concludes, summarizes. මෙයා තමයි දේවල් දැන් ලොකු ගොඩාක් දිගට තියෙන දේවල් කෙටි කරලා දෙන්නේ. දේවල් වල relationships හොයලා බලන්නේ, links හොයලා බලන්නේ. වෙනස් විදිහට ලියන්නේ. වෙනස් විදිහට දේවල් කියන්නේ ඔරිජිනල් අයිඩියා එකට වෙනස් කරලා එයාගේම දේවල් කියන්නේ සමරයිස් කරලා සංක්ෂිප්ත කරලා කියන්නේ මෙන්න මේ කියන සමරයිස් ගෲප් එක. රියැලිටි ටෙස්ට් කියන්නේ අර අපි ඉගෙන ගන්න දේවල් ඒක රියල් ලයිෆ් එකට ඇප්ලයි කරන එක. The one who provides critical analysis. Information seekers or providers, the one who gives information and data. ශ්‍රේයා හැමතිස්සෙම තොරතුරු ලබා දෙන කෙනෙක් විදිහට තමයි හැසිරෙන්නේ. So these roles present the work performed by different individuals according to their mark designation. ඒතර මේ කියන එකක් නෙමෙයි මලට මේකෙන් 3-4ක් අපිට එක වෙලාවක perform කරන්න සිද්ධ වෙනවා group එකක් ඇතුලේ වැඩ කරන්න. We have to play multiple roles. The next type of roles is relationship oriented. සම්බන්ධතාවයන්ට ගැලපෙන විදිහ. The roles that group individuals according to their efforts made to maintain healthy relationship in the group and achieve the goals are known as relationship oriented roles. ඉතින් මේගොල්ලෝ healthy relationships maintain කරන එක තමයි ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ priority. හැමෝම අතරේ හොඳ සම්බන්ධතාවයන් පවත්වාගෙන යන්න. කියන එක තමයි ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ main goal එක. There are 5 categories of this relationship oriented roles. First one, harmonizer. Harmonizing is the one who unites people. එයා තමයි ඔක්කොම එකට එකතු කරන්නේ. එකට unite කරලා තියන්නේ. එකමුතු කරලා තියන්නේ harmonize. Gatekeeper. The one who takes the silent people back to track. ඒ කවුරු හරි නිකන් group එකේ ඉන්නවා නම් silent වැඩිය කතා කරන්නේ නැති, හස්ස ගහන වැඩවලදී ලොකුවට ඉස්සරහට එන්නේ නැති කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා නම් මේ gatekeepers ලා තමයි ඒගොල්ලන්ව සංකාල ආයේ track එකට ගන්න. silent විදියට එන්න දෙන්නේ නැතුව ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ අදහස් අරගෙන ඒගොල්ලන්ව පොඩක් up කරලා ගන්න මේ gatekeepers ලා. ඒගොල්ලෝ බලනවා හැමෝම එක විදියට මේකට contribute කරනවා. කවුරු හරි contribute කරන්න නැතුව ඉන්නවා නම් ඒ කෙනාවත් කොහොම හරි try කරනවා මේ group එකේ වැඩවලට සම්බන්ධ කරගන්න. So he is the person who gets everyone work together towards a particular goal. Then the other one is consensus tester. The person who comes to agreement and person who analyzes and solves things. Consensus tester. එයා බලනවා පුළුවන් තරම් දේවල් agreements වලට ඇවිල්ලා දෙපැත්තේම අවශ්‍යතාවයන් සපුරන විදිහට පොඩි agreement එකක් විදිහට වැඩ කරා. Encourage. The one who is warm, responsive, active and shows acceptance. Encourage. Very warm and tries to motivate other people and try to get their contribution willingly. Encourage කරනවා කියන්නේ ආවර කොළඹව ගන්න. පුළුවන් තරම් try කරනවා motivate කරලා ගන්න දේවල් group එකේ. And compromise. If something wrong happens, he takes the responsibility. Compromise. මොන හරි වැරද්දක් වෙනවා නම් group එකේ එයා තමයි ඒකේ වැරද්ද බාර ගන්න. ඕන දෙයකට. group එක පිට වැරද්ද යවන්නේ එයා තමන්ට වැරද්ද දාගෙන වැඩ කරන කෙනෙක්. එන්න තමයි compromise කියලා කියන්නේ. So here harmonizes the one who limits tension and reconciliates disagreement. එකමුතු කරලා මොන හරි ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා නම් ඒවා සම්මතයකටපත් කරන්නේ මේ harmonize. Gatekeepers, they always try to keep the communication channels open and encourage people to interact with other members, and he ensures that all participate to this group process. However, the පැත්තට වෙලා ඒගොල්ලන්ව සායි chat එකට ගන්න එක තමයි gatekeeper ගේ duty එක. Consensus tester. The one who analyzes the decision making process. Agreements වලට ඇවිත් මොන හරි මේ decision making වලදී ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා නම් ඒව rectify කරලා, so he is the one who comes into agreement. Encourager. The one who is very warm, active and shows acceptance. Compromiser. The one who admits error, limits conflict. ඕන වැරද්දක් සමන්ගේ අතින් වුණා කියලා බාර අරගෙන එයාගේ යාළුවෝ ටිකව බේර ගන්න විදිහට කැරක්ටර් එකක් තමයි compromiser කියලා කියන්නේ. So these roles depict the various roles an individual plays to maintain healthy self as well as group relationships. Right? The healthy group එකක healthy relationships තියාගන්න නම් අපිට මේ කියන goal මේ කියන roles play කරන්න සිද්ධ වෙනවා. Last type of roles is individual roles. Individual roles means roles that classify a person according to the measure of individual effort put in the project aimed is known as individual roles. මෙතනදී බලන්නේ පුද්ගලික දේවල්. පුද්ගලික අවශ්‍යතාවයන්. ඒ පුද්ගලයාගේ nature එක behavior එක අනුව තමයි මේ roles දෙන්නේ. So there are certain roles like aggressor, blocker, dominator, cavalier and avoider. Aggressor කියන්නේ ඉක්මනින් කේන්ති යන character එකක් නේද? බ්ලොකර් අනිත් අයටත් වැඩ කරන්න දෙන්නේ නැහැ. යාවත් ඒගොල්ලන්ව බ්ලොක් කරන ටයිප් එකක් කෙනෙක්. ඩොමිනේට් කියලා කියන්නේ ඕනම තැනක උඩට ඉස්තිලා පේන, highlight වෙලා පේන කැමති character. කාවලිය කියන්නේ ආ වැඩ කරනවා. හැබැයි මේ වැඩ කරාට අර කිසි ඵලදායීතාවයක් නැහැ ආයි කරන වැඩ. and avoidance කියලා කියන්නේ එයා කොයි වෙලෙත් try කරන අර කට්ටි පනින්න. වැඩේ මගේ අරලා යන්න try කරන කෙනා තමයි avoidance කියලා කියන්නේ. So aggressor, the one who devalues others, attack ideas, අනිත් අය හත් කළ සලකන අනිත් අයත් එක්ක වැඩ කරන්න බැරි විදිහේ character එකක්. Next one, blocker. The one who disagrees and rebels beyond reason. අනිත් අයත් එක්ක රණ්ඩුවට යන අනිත් අයගේ වැඩත් block කරන එහෙම character එකක්. dominate කියන්නේ ඕන දෙයක උඩට ඉස්තිලා පේන්න කැමති, highlight වෙලා පේන්න කැමති character එක. Cavalier, the one who takes part in group non-productive. ඒ කියන්නේ යා කිසිදාක කර serious ගන්න නැහැ. ඕන දෙයක් serious ගන්න නැහැ. යාට ඕන just want to do something for the sake of doing. ඔක්කොම අර වැඩ කරාට කිසි ඵලදායීතාවයක් නැහැ. යාගේ මහන්සියෙන් කිසි ප්‍රයෝජනයක් නැහැ group එකට. Avoidance means එයා හැම එකෙන්ම අයින් වෙන, avoid කරන කෙනෙක්. වැඩ අතපසු කරන මග හරින්න කැමති character එකක්. The one who shows special interest to avoid task. Right. When it comes to the functions of groups, the organizational functions of groups helps to realize an organization goal. There are some functions in groups. First one, working on a complex and independent task that is too complex for an individual to perform and that cannot be easily broken down into independent tasks. මොනහරි complex ඒ කියන්නේ අමාරු සහ අර independent භාවයක් තියෙන task එකක් තනියෙන් කරන්න බැරි task තියෙනවා නම් අනේ ඒවා කඩා ගන්න එකත් මේ groups වල තියෙන එක රාජකාරිය. ඒ කියන්නේ වැඩ පොඩි පොඩි කොටස් වලට කඩලා බෙදලා achieve කරන්න යන එක. Next one, generating new ideas or creative solutions to solve problems that require inputs from several people. New ideas or creative solutions to solve problems. ඒ වගේම තමයි අපි තනියෙන් වැඩ කරනට වඩා කට්ටියක් එක්ක වැඩ කරද්දී අපිට යාල හැමෝගෙම ideas ගන්න පුළුවන් අපිට මොකක් හරි දෙයක් develop කරද්දී. ඒතර අපි තනියෙන් හිතලා අපේ අදහස් වලින් විතරක් දෙයක් කරනවට වඩා ඒක effective. ගොඩක් අයගේ ideas අරගෙන ඒ වැඩේ කරන එක. ඒකත් group එකක එක කාර්යයක්. Next one, serving liaison or coordinating functions among several work groups whose work is to some extent independent. අනිකුත් අපිට වැඩ කරගෙන යන්න අවශ්‍ය පාර්ශවයක relationships පාත්ගෙන යන එකත් group එකක් වශයෙන් group එකක් ඉටු කරන කාර්යය. Facilitating the implementation of complex decisions, a group composed of representatives from various working groups can coordinate the activities of these interrelated groups. අමාරු රාජකාරියක් සරල කරගෙන හැමෝම එකතු වෙලා දේවල් කරන්න මේ group එකක් වැදගත් වෙනවා. Serving as a vehicle for training new employees, groups teach new members methods of operations and group norms. Employees ලව train කරද්දි පුහුණු කරද්දි මේ groups කියන concept එක හරි වැදගත්. එක වගේ levels වල ඉන්න අයව අපිට එක group එකකට දාලා train කරන්න පුළුවන්. හොඳට පුළුවන් අය එක group එකකට දානවා. භාගයට පුළුවන් අය ඊළඟ group එකකට දානවා. බැරිම අයව තව group එකකට දාලා අපිට categorize කරලා වෙන වෙනම උගන්වන්න පුළුවන්. trainings වලදී. trainings දෙන්න පුළුවන්. So that is another function of a group. So there's a stages of group development which proposed by Tuckman. Tuckman, he's a researcher. He proposed, I guess in 1950s, like that kind of era. Tuckman, he proposed some group development stages. So there's the first stage is forming, and then comes to norming, storming, and then norming, performing, and adjourning. So forming means here we start the idea of forming a group, beginning of a group, starting point of a group. And then the storming stage comes. That means the conflict arises in this stage. අපි දැන් form කරා ඊට පස්සේ ටිකක් ඔන්න දවස් යනකොට එකිනෙක අතරේ ප්‍රශ්න ඇති වෙන්නේ. That is called the storming stage. Third one, norming. Members of the group establish rules about how they will achieve their goal. Norming කියලා කියන්නේ members ලා හදාගන්න එක එක rules ටික. දැන් අර අතන conflicts ඇති වෙනකොට ඒවා මඟහරව ගන්න සහ group එකක් ඇතුලේ unity එකක් ඇති කරගන්න එක එක rules ඇති කරගන්නවා. එතකොට ඒ අනුව ඒගොල්ලෝ try කරනවා අර goal එක ultimate goal එක achieve කරගන්න. And then the performing part happens. ඔය ඔක්කොම කරලා ඉවර වුණාට පස්සේ group හදලා ඊට පස්සේ ඒ ප්‍රශ්නත් ඇති වෙලා ප්‍රශ්න නිරාකරණය කරන්න නීතිත් හදාගෙන ඉවරනාට පස්සේ තමයි දැන් හරියටම වැඩේ පටන් ගන්න යන්නේ perform කරන්න යන්නේ ඒක. And finally adjourning stage එක level එකකට ගියාට පස්සේ සමහරට අපිට එක්ක business එක restructure කරන්න වෙනවා සම්පූර්ණ වෙනස් කරන්න වෙනවා නැත්නම් අපි business එක විසිරුවා හරින්න adjourn නවත්තන්න ඕනේ. These are the 5 stages of group development. So there's a video. So let's watch this.
Hey learners, welcome back to my another video. Today we are going to talk about the different stages involved in developing a group. So let's start today's video. Development of a group passes through 5 different stages. First, forming. Second, storming. Third, norming. Fourth, performing. And last, adjourning. Let us see all these stages in detail. Stage 1, forming. The forming stage takes place when the team first meet each other. In this first meeting, team members are introduced to each other. They share information about their backgrounds, interests, and experience. They learn about the project they will be working on, discuss the projects or goals or objective of the organization, and start to think about what role they will play on the project team. In this stage, they are not yet working on the project. They are effectively feeling each other out and finding their ways around how they might work together. During this initial stage of team growth, it is important for the team leader to be very clear about the team goals and provide clear direction regarding the project to their team members. The team leader should ensure that all of the members are involved in determining team roles and responsibilities and should work with the team to help them to establish and work together to accomplish the common goal, or we can say team objective. Second stage is storming. As the team begins to work together, they move into the storming stage. In this stage, the team members compete with each other for status and for acceptance of their ideas. They have different opinions on what should be done and how it should be done, which causes conflict within the team. As they go progress through the stage, With the guidance of the team leader, they learn how to solve problems together, function both independently and together as a team, and settle into roles and responsibilities on the team. For team members who do not like conflict, this is a difficult stage to go through because at the storming stage, this often arises, the conflict often occur because of the difference in the thoughts, opinions, and way of doing things. This stage will come to an end when the team becomes more accepting to each other and learn how to work together to achieve group goals. At this point, the team leader should start transitioning some decision making to their team members to allow them to be more independent, but still he need to guide them, he need to control and lead them so that the conflict which may occur can easily resolved. Third stage is norming. When the team moves into the norming stage, they are beginning to work more effectively as a team. They are no longer focused on their individual goals, but rather they are more focused on developing a way of doing things together to accomplish group goals. They respect each other's opinions and value their differences. In this stage, the team has agreed on their team rules for working together, how they will share information, and how they will resolve team conflict, and what tools and processes they will use to get the job done. The team members begin to trust each other and actively seek each other out for any assistance or help rather than competing against each other. They are now helping each other to work together to achieve group goal. The team members also start to make significant progress on the project as they begin working together more effectively and the conflict is almost gone in this stage. Fourth stage we have performing. In the performing stage, team are functioning at a very high level. The focus is on reaching the goals as a group. The team members have gotten to know each other, they trust each other, they rely on each other, and now they are working without any interruption. In this stage, the team leader is not involved in decision making or problem solving or other such activities which involve day to day work for the team. The team members work effectively as a group and do not need the oversight that is required at the other stages before. In this stage, the team leader will continue to monitor the progress of the team and celebrate milestones achievement with the team and continue to build team spirit. The team leader will also serve as a gateway when decisions need to be reached at a highest level within the organization. So in overall, we can say in performing stage, now the group members are performing their task without any conflict. They rely on each other, they trust each other, they work without any conflict, without any interruption, and the work is going on smoothly. And now the leader need not to focus or provide any monitoring or provide the control all the time because every time in the stage the group members are performing their work effectively. So the task of a leader is now in this stage has reduced. Fifth stage we have adjourning. In the adjourning stage, the project is coming to an end and the team members are moving off into different directions. This stage look at the team from the perspective of well-being of the team rather than from the perspective of managing a team. The team leader in the stage should ensure that there is time for the team to celebrate the success of their project and capture best practices for future use. This stage also provides the team the opportunity to say goodbye to each other and wishes each other good luck as some of them might leave the group and they move on to new leader or new project. So this was all the stages involved in developing a group. Let's have a quick revision on all these stages. First stage is forming. As the name suggests, forming, where a number of people come together and they form a group where they don't know each other, they don't know what to do, they don't know how to do, and so on. Second stage is storming, where these people come to know each other, they try to understand each other, they try to know what the task is, how to perform the task. And while these situation conflict is very obvious, so conflict arises, there's no productivity in the group, they are only learning. Third stage is norming. Now the team members know each other better. They may socialize together and they are able to ask each other for help and provide constructive feedback. People develop a strong commitment in the group and they like to work together. They don't think about their personal objective or they don't compete individually, but they work together as a team. Fourth stage is performing. At this stage, the level of the performance is very high. There's no conflict. People are very dedicated toward the goal. Members know their work and they are having one objective that they have to complete the target on the time. They don't hesitate while taking the help from their team members. They are fully focused on the goal and they are performing at their best level. Last stage is adjourning. In this stage, finally, they have succeeded the objective. Now it's the time to celebrate. And the one who wants to go to another project or another team leader, they can leave the group and rest can say bye to them. They can congratulate each other for having a great time while performing the task and so on. So this is the last stage where everything has come to an end, objective is done, and the team leader has celebrated. And if someone wants to leave the team, they finally leave it by saying goodbye and then they can move to another project. So here we have completed today's video. I hope you liked the video and today's topic.
Right. So before coming into differences between groups and teams, so those are very similar, but there are some slight differences between groups and teams. So before coming into this topic, write a note regarding the stages of group development. So write a heading, where the forming, comma, forming, comma, norming, and performing come from. Under that, right? Psychologists, Bruce Tuckman came up with the memorable phrase within quotation marks, right? Forming, comma, storming, comma, norming, and performing. In his 1965 paper, comma, write the paper name within quotation marks. Developmental sequence in small groups. full stop. It describes the past. It describes the past that teams follow. That teams follow on their way to high performance. High performance. Full stop. Later, he added the fifth stage. He added the fifth stage, comma, within quotation marks, right? Adjourning. Within brackets, right? Also known as morning. Also known as morning. Morning means MOURNING. Morning. Close the bracket. To mark the end of a team's journey. To mark the end of a team's journey. Then write a heading. What happens at Tuckman's forming stage? What happens at Tuckman's forming stage? Under that, right? In the beginning, when a new team forms, comma, individuals will be unsure. Individuals will be unsure of the team's purpose. Comma, how they fit in, and whether they will work well, with one another. So stop. They may be anxious.
Can you spell that word, Madam Anxious?
Yeah, ANXIOUS.
Thank you.
Comma, curious, curious, or excited to get going, or excited to get going. Full stop. However, they feel they feel comma, they will be looking to the team leader. They will be looking to the team leader for direction. For direction. Full stop. This may take some time. This may take some time. Comma, as people get to know, as people get to know, their new colleagues, their new colleagues and one another's ways of working. And one another's ways of working. Full stop. Second one, storming stage. Storming stage. Under that, right? In the storming stage, in the storming stage, people start to push again. People start to push again. The established boundary. The established boundary. Full stop. Conflict or friction. conflict or friction can also arise between team members as their true characters. Separate paragraph. At this stage, team members may challenge your team members may challenge your authority or management style, or even the team's mission. Full stop. This can lead to face-to-face confrontations, or simmering online tension. If roles and responsibilities aren't yet clear, if roles and responsibilities aren't yet clear, individuals might begin to feel overwhelmed by their workload or frustrated at a lack of progress. Frustrated at a lack of progress. Then third stage, norming stage.
What's the last word?
Lack of progress. Next stage, norming stage. Norming, norming stage. Under that, right? Gradually, the team moves into the norming stage. Norming stage. Full stop. People start to resolve their differences. People start to resolve their differences. Appreciate one another's strengths. Appreciate one another's strengths. And respect your authority. And respect your authority. As a leader. As a leader. Next paragraph. Now that they know one another better, now that they know one another better, comma, your team members will feel more comfortable asking for help and offering constructive feedback. Full stop.
Sorry, ma'am. And offering.
Constructive feedback. Full stop. They will share a stronger commitment. To the team's goal. And they should make good progress towards it. The next stage, performing stage. Under that side. Now the team is in flow. And performing to its full potential. Full stop. With hard work and structured processes. Comma, the team is likely to achieve its goals efficiently. Next paragraph. Sorry, not next paragraph. Next heading. Adjourning stage. Adjourning stage. Under that, right? Many teams reach this stage naturally. Many teams reach this stage naturally. Full stop. For example, projects come to an end. Projects come to an end or permanent teams are disbanded and people redeployed. Separate paragraph. People who like routine or who have developed close working relationships with colleagues may find this time difficult. Then write a heading. Using the form in comma, storming, comma, norming and performing too. Under that, right? Follow the steps below. To ensure that you are doing the right thing at the right time. First one, under that first one, identify the stage that your team is at. Second one, consider what you need. Consider what you need to do to move on to the next stage. Third one, schedule regular reviews. Schedule regular reviews of where your team is at. Of where your team is at. And adjust your behavior. And adjust your behavior and leadership approach accordingly. And leadership approach accordingly. Then write a heading, leading through the stages. Leading through the stages. First subheading, form into storming. Form into storming. Under that, right?
Ma'am, what is the topic? Leading to stages, no?
Yeah, leading to stages.
Then the subtopic?
Form into storming. Under that, right? To establish clear objectives. To establish clear objectives. For the group at this first stage. For the group at this first stage. Comma. Create a team charter. Create a team charter. And help team members to set personal goals. And help team members to set personal goals. Full stop. So that they can see how their work will sit with the bigger picture. The bigger picture. Full stop. Next paragraph. The forming stage is also about. The forming stage is also about. People getting to know one another. People getting to know one another. Good stuff. If you are working remotely, working remotely, employees can try virtual onboarding exercises, to forge a group bond,
Sorry, ma'am, what is that? To form?
to forge, F-O-R-G-E, forge a group bond. And establish buy into your vision. Second subheading, storm into norming. Under that, right? Storming can make or break a team. So it's essential that you establish processes to track the progress and success of tasks. Next paragraph. The group must also feel safe. Putting forward ideas to build team trust, try asking for help on tasks. So stop. That way, You will encourage people. You will encourage people to reflect on what they can offer, what they can offer, and what they can need, and what they can need from other team members, from other team members. Next subheading, norm into performing. Norm into performing. Under that, right? Get your team to bond. Get your team to bond. Further with face to face. Further with face to face.
Sorry, ma'am. Further with
Face to face. Or virtual team building exercises. Virtual team building exercises. Use your regular one-on-one. Use your regular one-on-one to encourage individuals to step back, comma, review their goals, and take responsibility for them. Full stop. Next subheading, perform into a journey. Perform into a journey. Under that, right? When the team has settled into the performing stage, comma,
ma'am, can you repeat that? When the team has
settled into the performing stage, comma, you can focus on other goals and new areas to benefit the business. and new areas to benefit the business. Full stop. Free up more time for yourself. Free up more time for yourself. And boost team engagement. And boost team engagement. By delegating tasks and projects. By delegating tasks and projects. Then final subheading, adjourning. Adjourning, within brackets write or morning. Or morning. MOURNING. Under that write, take the time to celebrate. Take the time to celebrate the team's achievements. The team's achievements. Stop. Having positive shared experiences. Having positive shared experiences will make it easier. Will make it easier if you work with some of the same people. Some of the same people again in the future. Again in the future. Separate paragraph. If any team members feel uncertain about what's ahead, feel uncertain about what's ahead, boost their confidence, boost their confidence, and career prospects, and career prospects by praising them, by praising them at company meetings, at company meetings. full stop. So now we are going to talk about the differences between groups and teams. Right? Groups කියන්නේ සමූහ, teams කියන්නේ කණ්ඩායම්. So these are two interrelated terms, but there are some slight differences. Right? So in groups, people working towards a goal whose work is coordinated by someone. So group එකක හැමතිස්සෙම වැඩ කරගෙන යනකොට coordinate කරන්න වෙනම කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා. එක්ක leader වෙන්න පුළුවන්, එක්ක manager කෙනෙක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්, කවුරු හරි වෙනම කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා. group එකේ team members ලා ටික හරියට වැඩේ කරගෙන යනවද කියලා monitor කරන්න. හැබැයි team එකක එහෙම separate coordinator කෙනෙක් නැහැ. So here people working towards a common goal who coordinate their work amongst themselves. So එතන separate කෙනෙක් නෙමෙයි coordinate කරන්නේ. එයාලම එයාලගේ වැඩ monitor කරනවා. So හැමෝම interrelated, interdependent relationship එකක් තමයි තියෙන්නේ. The group එකක single alien person කෙනෙක්, ඒ කියන්නේ වෙනම එක්කෙනෙක් මේගොල්ලන්ව monitor කරන් ඉන්නවා. හැබැයි මෙයාලගේ එහෙම වෙනම alien මේ වගේ කෙනෙක් නැහැ. ඒගොල්ලෝ අතරෙම interrelationships තියෙනවා and they interdepend each other. That is the basic difference between groups and teams. So when it comes to groups, so the groups are strong and clearly focused leader. Groups have a strong, clearly focused leader because that person coordinates them. That person is the person who coordinates the other group members. But teams, they don't have a particular leader. All are leaders in team. හැමෝම leaders ලා team එකක වෙනම එක්කෙනෙක් නැහැ මෙයා තමයි leader කියලා කියන්නේ. හැමෝටම leadership roles තියෙනවා. හැමෝම හැමෝගෙම වැඩ share කරගෙන interdependent විදිහට වැඩ කරගෙන යනවා. හැබැයි group එකක වෙනම අපිට පේන්න leader කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා. එයා තමයි අරගොල්ලන්ව monitor කරන්නේ වැඩේ හරියට වෙනවද කියලා බලන්න. So in groups they have individual accountability. තමන්ගේ අතින් වැරද්දක් වුණොත් තමන්ට තමයි responsibility එක තියෙන්නේ group වල. හැබැයි teams ගත්තොත් එහෙම තමන්ටත් ඒකට වගකීමක් තියෙනවා සහ කවුරු හරි කණ්ඩායමේ එක්කෙනෙක් හරි වැරද්දක් කරොත් ඒකට හැමෝම වග කියන්න බැඳිලා ඉන්නවා. එයාගේ පිට දාලා අයින් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. හැම team member කෙනෙක්ම ඒකට සාමූහික වගවීමක් තියෙනවා. හැබැයි groups වල එහෙම සාමූහික වගවීමක් නැහැ. තමන් වැරද්දක් කරොත් ඒක තමයි ඒකට වග කියන්න ඕනේ. Right? In groups, members are hired hand, but in teams, members own their work. The group එකක සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අපි group එකක් හදාගන්න ඒක leader ට ඕනි වට තමයි අපි වැඩේ කරන්නේ. ඒක අපි නිකන් job එකකට කරනවා වගේ දෙයක්. group එකක වැඩ කරනවා කියන්නේ. හැබැයි team එකක එහෙම නැහැ. හැමෝටම සමන් කරන වගේ වැඩේ ගැන වගකීමක් තියෙනවා සහ හැමෝම සමන්ගේ කියලා හිතාගෙන මේ වැඩේ කරනවා. group එකක් වගේ නෙමෙයි. පඩියට වැඩ කරනවා කියලා හිතන්නේ සමන්ගේ දෙයක් විදිහට ඒක කරනවා. Next one, members told what to do and teams members contribute to team objectives. Groups වල හැමෝටම members ලාට කියන්න ඕනේ. ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ වැඩේ මොකද්ද කියලා. ඔයාද මේ ටික කරන්න, ඔයාද මේ ටික කරන්න කියලා අපි ඒගොල්ලන්ට ඒක කියන්න ඕනේ. හැබැයි teams වල we don't need to tell by personally. They all know about their workload and they have their own objectives and team objectives. So they work towards to that objective. So under groups, they have individual work products, but in teams, they have collaborative and selective work products. So in groups, opinions and disagreements divisive, but in teams, opinions and disagreements are encouraged. If groups වල මොන හරි disagreements තියෙනවනේ ඒක group එකේ තියෙන strength එකට හොඳ නැහැ. ඒක power එකට හොඳ නැහැ කියලා තමයි හිතන්නේ. හැබැයි teams වල එහෙම නැහැ. ඒගොල්ලන් හිතනවා conflict කියන දේ තියෙන්න ඕනි කියලා team එකක් healthy වෙන්න නම්. For a certain extent. Next one, individual success or failure. In groups, there is a collective success or failure. ඒක තනි පුද්ගලයෙක් කියලා හිතන්නේ නැහැ teams වල. හැබැයි groups වල තනියෙන් වග කියන්නේ තනියෙන් තමයි group එකේ success එකට හරි failure එකට හරි හේතු වෙන්නේ. හැබැයි team එකක එහෙම නෑ. එක පුද්ගලයෙක් වැරද්දක් කරාත් එතන සාමූහික වගවීමක් තමයි තියෙන්නේ. So when it comes to goals, group goals are discussed in general terms. Team goals are very clear and elevating goal drives all aspects of team. Group එකක් ගත්තොත් එහෙනම් ඒවයි තියෙන goals තියෙන සමහර individual goals තියෙන ඒගොල්ලෝ ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ අරමුණු වෙනුවෙන් වැඩ කරනවා. හැබැයි team එකක එහෙම නෑ එතන collective goal එකක් තමයි තියෙන්නේ. Roles and responsibilities in groups may be discussed but are not always explicitly defined. In teams, roles and responsibilities are clearly developed and discussed. එක එක්කෙනාට groups වල වෙන වෙනම හරියටම define කරන්න පුළුවන් roles විදිහට නෑ. භූමිකා හැම හරියටම තියෙනවා. අර අපි කලින් කතා කරපු භූමිකා තියෙනවා. හැබැයි ඒවර හරියටම වාචිකව හරි ලිඛිතව හරියම define කරලා නැහැ. explicitly define කරලා නැහැ. ඒ කියන්නේ agreement එකකින් හරි අර එහෙම define කරලා නැහැ. හැබැයි team එකක් ගත්තොත් එහෙම නැහැ. ඒක clearly define කරලා discuss කරලා තියෙනවා. So in group, rules are not formally developed and evolved. Rules come according to the group's needs. But in teams, rules and operating procedures are clearly discussed and developed to help team work together. මේක එහෙම rules කියලා දෙයක් නැහැ groups වල. අර කරගෙන යනකොට අවශ්‍ය වෙලාවට අවශ්‍ය දේ සඳහා නිකන් informal rules වගේ දාගෙන තියෙනවා. හැබැයි teams වල එහෙම නැහැ. clear structure එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒගොල්ලන්ට rules තියෙනවා. ඒවා structures, procedures, rules හරියට clearly define කරලා තියෙනවා in teams. Under methods, group members interact and work is usually divided, but in teams, team members collaborate and coordinate efforts. Team members work together interdependently. So in methods, group members interact and work is usually divided. Group එකක වැඩ සාමාන්‍යයෙන් බෙදලා කරනවා. හැබැයි team එකක් ගත්තොත් එහෙම වැඩ බෙදලා කරනවා උනාට ඒ වැඩ ඔක්කොම එක්කෙනෙක් පවුලක් විදිහට තමයි ඒ දේවල් කරන්නේ. collaborate වෙලා හැමෝම coordinate කරගෙන තමයි මේ වැඩේ කරන්නේ. Right? So when it comes to groups and teams, so in groups they have a common interest but with individual goals and accountability. Common goal එකක් තියෙනවා, common interest එකක් තියෙනවා. හැබැයි ඒකට වැඩ කරන් යන්නේ හැමෝම එකා වගේ නෙමෙයි. ඒ අරමුණ වෙනුවෙන් හැමෝම එකට වැඩ කරන් යන්නේ නැහැ. මොකද ඒගොල්ලෝ එක අරමුණක් තිබ්බට යාළුවට තනි අරමුණක් තියෙනවා group එකක් ඇතුලේ. හැබැයි team එකක් ගත්තොත් එහෙම ඒගොල්ලන්ට common goal එකකුත් තියෙනවා. සහ team එකේ හැමෝම තමන්ගේ individual අරමුණු ටික පැත්තක දාලා අර common goal එක වෙනුවෙන් තමයි වැඩ කරගෙන යන්නේ. That is the difference, main difference between groups and teams. So there's a video regarding differences between group and team. Let's watch this.
Welcome to Academic Game Tutorials. In this video, we will look into the differences between group and team. Nowadays, group or team concept is adopted by the organization to accomplish various client projects. When two or more individuals are tasked together either by the organization or out of social needs, it is known as a group. On the other hand, a team is the collection of people who are linked together to achieve a common objective. So, let's look into the basic differences between group and team in a tabular form. Difference number 1. A group is a collection of individuals who work together in completing a task, whereas a team is a group of persons having collective identity joined together to accomplish a goal. Number 2. There is only one head in a group, whereas a team can have more than one head. Number 3. The group members do not share responsibility, but team members share the responsibility. Number 4. The group works in the process of discuss, decide and delegate, whereas the team works on the process of discuss, decide and do. Number 5. The process of a group is to discuss the problem, then decide and finally delegate the tasks to individual members. On the other hand, A team discusses the problem, then decide the way of solving it, and finally do it collectively. Number 6. The group focuses on achieving the individual goals. Conversely, the team members focus on achieving the team goals. And difference number 7. The group members are individually accountable, whereas the team members are either individually or mutually accountable. Well,
Right. So now we are talking about well-functioning group. What are the characteristics of a well-functioning group? Right? So a group is considered effective when it has the following characteristics. First one, in order to become a good group or well-functioned group, the atmosphere, that means the environment of the group should be very relaxed and comfortable and friendly. හොඳට ෆන්ක්ෂන් වෙන්න නම් අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම group එකක් ඇතුලේ හරිම comfortable environment එකක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ. හැමෝටම වැඩ කරන් යන ලේසි. අර ගොඩක් bureaucratic නැති rules ගොඩකින් හද වෙලා නැති හරි comfortably වැඩ කරන් යන පුළුවන් environment එකක් වෙන්න ඕනේ. Next one, tasks to be executed are well understood and accepted. අපිට දීලා තියෙන කියන්නේ group එකකට දීලා තියෙන වැඩ මොන හරි කියනවා නම් ඒවා හරි clear and they should be well understood. The task should be realistic and can achievable, and the task should be well understood by the members of the group. Next one, members listen well and actively participate in given assignments. So members should listen well and they should actively participate to the group activities. The හැම member කෙනෙක්ම සාමාන්‍ය වැඩවලට ක්‍රියාකාරීව සහභාගී වෙයි. සහ ඒගොල්ලෝ හොඳ අහුම්කම් දෙන්න වෙන්න ඕනේ. මොකද හරියට අහන්න නැත්නම් එතන ප්‍රශ්න ඇති වෙන්න පුළුවන්. There can be several conflicts. So then listening skills are really important. Next one, assignments are made clear and are accepted. And also the assignments or the work activity should be clear to team members and they should clearly clarify to the group members. අපි දෙන කාර්ය මොකක්ද කියන එක ගැන අපි group members ව හොඳට දැනුවත් කරන්න ඕනේ. අපි ඒගොල්ලන්ට clarify කරන්න. මේක තමයි ඔයගොල්ලන්ට කරන්න තියෙන්නේ කියන එක ගැන. Group is acquainted of its operations and functions. And people express their feelings and ideas openly. The group එකක් වුණොත් එහෙම ඒගොල්ලන්ට ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ කාර්යභාරයන් ගැන හොඳ අවබෝධයක් තිබිය යුතුයි සහ ඒ group එකේ ඉන්න members ලට ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ ideas ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ තියෙන මොන හරි ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා නම් ඒව openly හැමෝම ඉස්සරහා ඉදිරිපත් කරලා ඒවට විසඳුම් ගන්න පුළුවන් වෙනවා. Right? Consensus decision making process is followed and there should be a agreed decision making process within the group. හැමෝම එකඟ වෙච්ච විදිහකට තීරණ ගන්න පුළුවන් මොකක් හරි method එකක් group එක ඇතුලේ තිබිය යුතුයි. Conflict and disagreement center regarding ideas or methods. Conflict and disagreement center regarding ideas or methods. මොන හරි ප්‍රශ්න හරි දේවල් තියෙනවා නම් ඒවා විසඳ ගන්න මොකක් විදිහක් තිබිය යුතුයි. Conflict resolution method. There should be a proper conflict resolution method within a group in order to maintain a healthy environment inside the group. Next one. There are some skills for healthy group climate. First one, there should be openness, open to new ideas, and people should know each other, and there should be proper trust among team members, and team members should support group members should support each other, and they should respect each other, and the group members' responsibilities and accountability should be there, and they should always give constructive feedback in order to rectify the mistakes they have done. Right? So let's talk one by one. First one, openness. Group members are willing to get to know one another. particular those with different interests and backgrounds, open to new ideas. Openness එක හැම අලුත් දෙයකටම විවෘත වෙන්න ඕන. resist කරන්න හොඳ නෑ දේවල් වලට. අලුතෙන් එන technology or new ideas, they should open to them. අලුත් දේවල් ඉක්මනින් welcome කරලා ඒ දේවල් adapt කරගන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕන. Trust and self-disclosure. Group members trust one another enough to share their ideas and feelings. They should trust each other. කියන්නේ group එකක් ඇතුලේ කෙනෙක්ට එක්කෙනෙක්ට trust කරන්න බැරි නම් එතන group relationship වල ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා. It's like a family. If we can't trust the family members, we can't maintain a healthy family. Family එකේ members ව අපිට trust කරන්න බැරි නම් family එකක් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ වගේම තමයි group එකක් ඇතුලේ ඉන්න members වලට අපිට එයාලව trust කරන්න පුළුවන්. එයාලා විශ්වාස කරලා වැඩක් බාර දෙන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕන. Right? Next one, support. Group members demonstrate support for one another as they accomplish their goal. They exemplify a sense of team loyalty and cheer on the group as a whole and help members experience the difficulty. දැන් ඔය group එකක ඉන්න හැමෝටම සමනේ එකම විදිහ එකම capacity එකක් නැහැ. දැන් අපි ඉස්කෝලේ එක වුණත් වැඩ කරගෙන යද්දි එකම capacity එකක ළමයි නැහැ. There are several people with several capacities. Some can learn well, some cannot learn well, some can easily memorizing things, some can't easily memorizing things. They need more time to remember something. Likewise, people vary. So it's same as a group. Group members are vary, right? Some perform well, some can't perform well, some are weak, some are really good. So that the group members should support each other to get everyone to the track. The weak එක්කෙනාට අර හොඳට active team member උදව් කරන්න ඕනේ. යාව ආයි track එකට ගන්න. So likewise හැමෝටම උදව් කරන්න ඕනේ. Everyone should support each other. Then only a proper healthy environment can maintain within a group. Next important thing is respect. ගරු කරන්න පුරුදු වෙනවා. හැමෝටම හැම කෙනෙක්ටම ගරු කරන්න පුළුවන්. අර අපි කියන්නේ පොඩිම රස්සාව කරන මනුස්සයලත් we have to respect them. සමාජයේ ඉහළම කියලා පිළිගන්න රස්සාව කරන මනුස්සයට වගේම අපි සමාජයේ අඩු රස්සාවක් කරන කෙනාට we have to respect as one. ඒ වගේ තමයි අපි group එකක හැම member කෙනෙක්ටම යා හොඳට perform කරනවා වෙන්න පුළුවන්, නැති වෙන්න පුළුවන්, දුර්වල වෙන්න පුළුවන්, but we have to respect them. ඒගොල්ලන්ට අපි ගරු කරලා කතා කරන්න ඕන සහ අවශ්‍ය දේ අපි කියලා දෙන්න ඕන. Next one, individual responsibility and accountability. So all group members agree on what needs to be done and by who. Each member determines what he or she needs to do and takes responsibility to complete the task. They can be held accountable for their tasks and they hold others accountable for theirs. So මෙතනදී අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම හැම member කෙනෙක්ටම සමන් කරන වැඩේ ගැන වගකීමක් තියෙනවා. ඒ වැඩේ ගැන කවුරු හරි කෙනෙක් ඇහුවොත් ඒකට පියවර ගන්න හැම කෙනෙක්ටම වගවීමක් තියෙනවා. කොයි වෙලේකවත් දැන් සමන්ගේ අතින් මොන හරි දෙයක් වුණා නම් ඒක සමන් කරේ නැහැ කියලා තව කෙනෙක්ගේ පිට කඩවලා ෂේප් වෙන්න බෑ. හැමෝටම responsibility එකක් තියෙනවා සමන් කරන task එක ගැන. So that is the individual responsibility and accountability. And constructive feedback. සමහර වෙලාවට දැන් ඔය අපි අතින් mistake එකක් හරි වැරද්දක් හරි වුණොත් එහෙම we have to give them the feedback in a constructive way. As I said earlier also, the feedback should be given as a sandwich model. Feedback should equal to sandwich model. That means good, bad, and then again good. So you have to open the feedback by telling good things about him, and then you come to the point about his mistakes and all, and then finally you conclude the feedback by again telling some good things about him. So that is called the constructive feedback. හොඳ දෙයක් කියනවා, එයාගේ mistakes ටික කියනවා, ඊට පස්සේ අපි ආයි discussion එක close කරන්නේ හොඳ දෙයක් කියලා. එතකොට එයාටත් ආසි හිතෙනවා ඒ කියන වැරද්ද හදාගන්න. මොකද නැත්නම් එකපාරට අර දැනගෙන යනකොට කවුරුත් එහෙම වැඩ කරගෙන යන්න කැමති නැහැ. Right? So that is called the constructive feedback. The next one is a video regarding how to work in a group. Let's watch this.
Is group work a thorn in your side? This video will equip you with the strategies you'll need to help your group be successful, leaving you anxiety-free about your next project. But why have strangers collaborated on projects? Research shows that we actually learn better and retain more information when we work with diverse perspectives. No matter what career you choose, some form of group work will be necessary. So starting now is great practice. So why are group projects sometimes a major headache? Even though it has led to great things like Destiny's Child and the Rolling Stones. Yet still, most students don't do group work, but instead stitch the work of 4 to 5 different individuals together like it's Frankenstein's monster. The true purpose of group work is to use a range of perspectives to develop one polished and refined product. Now, let's focus on the early stages of group work. One of the biggest struggles students have with group work is managing the logistics of the project. Who's taking notes during the meeting? Who organizes meetings? Who will check in to see if tasks are completed? Before delving into the answers, have everyone share some bad habits that they want to improve on. For example, a tendency to be late or dominate a conversation. Basing these responsibilities on your answers will save you a lot of frustration down the road. We divided these responsibilities into roles like a note taker and a mediator. You can learn more by clicking the link in the description. Decide what works best for you and your group and allow room for flexibility in your roles. Up next is project planning. Before you end, make sure your group is on the same page when it comes to your purpose, goals, and approach for the project. Be specific with your tasks. Instead of shoot a video, break down the process into each of its steps. This will prevent potential conflicts, and the group can always refer back to this page if you hit a roadblock. Make a chart with each task, the individual assigned to the task, its completion date, and necessary resources. Prioritize them based on time and importance, but be realistic and flexible with your deadlines. When assigning tasks and roles, assign them according to strength, but keep in mind that group work is a good opportunity to learn new skills. Aim for an equal number of hours when distributing tasks, and remember that some tasks may require more than one person. Also, make sure to schedule several check-ins so you can ensure that everyone stays on track and are better equipped to deal with setbacks. Another important part of group work is online collaboration. Online tools can promote efficiency and organization. However, many students go wrong by using it as a replacement for in-person group interaction. Think of a spectrum with complete democracy on one end and complete individualization on the other. There are certain parts of a group project that work better when the whole group is involved, and others where it might not be necessary. For example, big group decisions like ideating and check-ins should be done in person. Maybe a subgroup where a few students work together on a big task and present back to the whole team is more appropriate. Items like deciding a font are probably better for online work. Decide what's appropriate for each task, but strive for in-person or video conferences as much as possible. Even though scheduling is a hassle, sometimes things that take 20 emails to figure out can easily occur in a 10-minute conversation. Here are some online tools we suggest for your own group work. However, it's easy to forget that not everyone has Facebook or can use these platforms. Exchange phone numbers and emails the old-fashioned way, especially in cases of emergency. If there's a gap in your group's communication, it's also handy to know how to manage conflict. Conflict of some magnitude is pretty much inevitable when you work with others. The way you handle it determines whether the different perspectives, personalities, and interests work to the team's advantage or its demise. Some examples of conflict you might face include a conflict of ideas, a lack of accountability, or missing deadlines. To stay on the right track, here are some tips on how to manage conflicts that may arise. Stay calm, be patient and respectful, and have each person speak one at a time. To avoid personal attacks, address the action, not the person. Instead of you always or you should, try I feel or I've noticed. If the issue gets personal, enlist the help of an objective party, like a TA or your prof. All relationships require compromise, so choose solutions that are in the group's best interests. Also, be sure to check out the links for specific strategies to help you with group process, managing conflict, and communicating effectively. In the end, what most people dislike about group work is the stress of managing it. By embracing the core idea of actually working in a group, you'll have the opportunity to identify your own strengths and weaknesses and soon learn firsthand what great groups can achieve. Want to be a better student? Explore the learningcommons.ubc.ca website and visit the Chapman Learning Commons on the 3rd floor of the Irving K. Barber Learning Center.
Right. So that's about today's session. So do you have any questions regarding today's subject? Or are you all clear about the today's session? Are you all clear or do you have any questions?
All are clear, ma'am.
Right. Great. So that we can wind up the session. Thank you guys. Good night.
Thank you, ma'am. Good night.
Good night, ma'am.
Good night.
Good night, ma'am. Thank you.